With this WVLI News Update, I'm Rob West, back with a look at today's news right after this.
Stay connected to your community, even on the go. The WVLI Podcast Network brings you 3 great local shows. The WVLI News Update keeps you informed. Kankakee Valley Community Happenings gets you ready for the weekend. And This One Time in Kankakee shares the incredible stories of our area. Find the WVLI Podcast Network wherever you get your podcasts or at WVLI927.com. The voices you trust beyond the dial.
Still a fog in the air about who the acting village attorney is for the village of Manteno. At last night's village board meeting, Mayor Annette Lamore requested Joseph Kankar be removed from the board table by Police Chief Alan Swinford and taken to crowd seating. Both refused to do so. Mayor Lamore cited last week's board meeting where the board members voted to reinstate Kankar as village attorney over Vaselli Law Firm, saying it was illegal and the vote didn't count.
The purported special meeting was not lawfully convened, and any action purportedly taken at that meeting is invalid.
Trustee Joel Geske, however, said he believes the vote holds and Kankar is the acting village attorney.
As far as I'm concerned, Joe Kankar is our attorney, and I will not take legal advice from Vaselli Law.
Trustee Geske said he believes the matter will ultimately be decided in a courtroom. During last night's Bourbonnais Village Board meeting, the administration addressed recent criticism over this year's mosquito abatement program. Village Director of Public Works, Terry Meminga.
The fogging chemicals that are typically used are potentially harmful to the environment. They don't know the difference between bees and mosquitoes, and they will kill any flying insect that they encounter. It's a trade-off that you gotta, accept or not. So at this point, we didn't want to accept it, and we thought we'd try to be a little more positive about this and see if we can help the mosquito population the other way.
Meminga added the village will still be active with their larvae abatement program in hopes of keeping the mosquito population down, and village residents, he said, can help by eliminating standing water wherever they may find it on their property. Also during last night's meeting, the board recognized Detective Neil Farrow and Sergeant Dave Supernaw for their 25 years of service to the village police department. Kankakee County residents have a little more time to apply for physical damage disaster loans through the U.S. Small Business Administration. That to help in the recovery of the March 10th storms. Jake Lamore has the details.
Rob, in a press release from the Kankakee County Board, the SBA has extended the loan application deadline for residents, businesses, and nonprofits to August 7th. Kankakee County is the primary county under the Illinois Disaster Declaration 21493 and is eligible for both physical damage loans and economic injury disaster loans. A representative from the SBA will be at the Kankakee Public Library July 28th from 11 in the morning until 7 in the evening if you prefer in-person help with your application. Otherwise, you can go to sba.gov/disaster or call 800-659-2955. I'm Jake Lamore.
There'll be some new stop signs going up in the village of Bourbonnais. During last night's village board meeting, trustees okayed an ordinance to place stop signs at 9 intersections in the village. Village Public Works Director Terry Meminga.
One of the most necessary ones was right here by the Grove Park. We put in the speed humps a couple of years ago, but we're going to add in the stop signs there to help control traffic and make it safe for the kids.
Meminga said that the signs would also be in place by the end of the week. Also at last night's meeting, the village okayed a variance for Faith Baptist Church, which plans to build a 100-foot radio tower on their property to broadcast services and other programming within a 12-mile radius of their building on Armour Road and Mooney Drive in Bourbonnais. At least $576 million up for grabs in tonight's Mega Millions drawing, Tammy Trujillo reports.
The cash option on that works out to almost $254 million. Of course, walking away with all that money won't be easy. The odds of winning the grand prize are roughly 1 in 290 million. Good luck. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
3 people were injured Sunday evening during an attempted armed robbery on Kankakee's near south side. According to reports, it was just before 9:30 Sunday night. Officers called to the 1500 block of East Bourbonnais for a rollover accident. When they got there, victim told them that he, another man, and the other man's child were in a Jeep. They'd parked on the westbound side of the street when 3 men approached the Jeep. The victim said one of them pulled a gun from his pants. That's when the victim said he floored the gas pedal, causing the Jeep to crash. Both men said they'd never met the alleged offenders before the incident. All three taken to the hospital for treatment. City police continue to investigate. Deputy Fire Chief for the city of Kankakee, Christopher Salazar, set to resign. Salazar's resignation was announced Monday night at the city council meeting by Mayor Chris Curtis.
We're excited for him. We're disappointed for the loss for the city of Kankakee, but we're excited for him and his family. His last day will be July 25th, and then he'll be taking on a new position with the Manteno Fire District, and that's his hometown. And so he'll be moving back. And while it's a great loss for the city of Kankakee, along with the retirement of Chief Roach, we're excited for him, for the betterment of his career and for him personally.
Mayor Curtis says the city will focus first on finding a replacement for outgoing Fire Chief Brian LaRoche, then work with the new chief to appoint a new deputy chief. LaRoche set to retire in September. Art in the Park is back today at the Grove in the Village Bourbonnais. Mayor Jeff Keast.
This summer, we're excited to partner with Little Me Studio and the Bourbonnais Public Library for a new Art in the Park series. This program is designed for both children and teenagers, and will provide opportunities to explore creativity and engage in hands-on art activities throughout the summer.
Art in the Park starts at 10 o'clock this morning. It's meant for 2 to 10-year-olds. It's free to attend. You can find out more at the Village of Bourbonnais website or its Facebook page. At Monday night's Kankakee City Council meeting, aldermen passed a resolution to sign an agreement with the State Department of Transportation on the reconstruction of the new I-57 interchange on Route 17. City engineer Neil Pigish says even though the project is mostly funded by state and federal dollars, the city will have some costs as well.
Most of it's due to the roadway lighting that has to be relocated, and then some of it's due to the enhancements the city's going to implement in conjunction with IDOT as part of that improvement. There's some traffic signal costs, some emergency vehicle preemption, and then some enhancements on the noise walls, on the parapet walls, on the bridge deck, some lighting on the bridge deck. So there's a number of items that the city is incorporating into this project to kind of put its brand and stamp on the project.
Pigish said that the interchange is expected to cost close to $100 million. City's portion will be about $2 million. It's going to take about 3 years or so to build the new interchange. Manteno Village Board last night passed an ordinance rezoning and granting a special use permit to 411 West Division Street in Manteno, that to allow for the operation of a substance use disorder inpatient facility. Mayor Annette Lamore talked about how beneficial the facility will be to the village.
So it's a good thing for Manteno and people who will come here to be patients, because those people will choose to be there. They won't be court-ordered. These are people that want help and will stay there, and they'll be inside the building, not roaming around town or not walking anywhere. They're going to stay right there on site.
The site, according to Mayor Lamore, used to be a hospital back in the 1950s. 79th District State Representative Jackie Haas' third annual school supply drive is underway. Haas talks about the types of things they're looking for.
And some of the supplies that we're looking for are pens and pencils, erasers, notebooks, folders, loose leaf paper, binders, crayons, colored pencils, markers, glue stick, tissues, some of those typical school supplies that students of just about any age might need.
Representative Haas says you can drop the items off at her office in the first floor of the Clock Tower Center on South Schuyler Avenue in downtown Kankakee. Now until July 23rd, school supplies collected will be passed out at the Park Forest Youth Day on August 1st and National Night Out at Perry Farm on August 4th. In sports, St. Louis Cardinals lost 4-3 to the Brewers last night. That series continues tonight in St. Louis. Sox and Cubs both off yesterday. The Sox start a series at home against the Red Sox tonight. The Cubs in Baltimore taking on the Orioles. Chicago Sky at the Phoenix Mercury tonight. The U.S. eliminated from the World Cup last night following a 4-1 defeat to Belgium. There are 2 more games in the round of 16 today. Argentina takes on Egypt. Switzerland faces Colombia. That is a look at news and sports here on this Tuesday. Have a good rest of your day. Be safe, everybody. I'm Rob West.
This one time in Kankakee, the county sheriff was arrested. In November 1961, a historic legal standoff shook the community when sitting Sheriff Carl McNutt was indicted. Discover the facts behind an unprecedented state police intervention and a rare chapter in our local history. Listen to the newest episode of This One Time in Kankakee wherever you get your podcasts or at WVLI927.com.